Okay, let's get into this. So picture this. The market's pulling back, right? Stocks mostly dipping. And then kind of out of the blue, one of the biggest indices just, well, it surges. That's the NASDAQ today. Completely bucking the trend. And get this, post-market, NASDAQ futures actually shot up to new all-time highs.
Wow. Yeah.
Crazy, right? It's not just interesting. It's a really critical signal right now. Anyway, welcome back, everyone, to your daily stock market summary. As always, guys, if you find these daily summaries helpful, you know the drill. Hit that like button and click that subscribe while you're at it so you never miss a beat. You can always unsubscribe later. And as you guys know, none of this is buying or selling advice. Nope. We're just here to provide some market commentary and trading education. Okay, you're here for the no-fluff summary of the market, so let's dive in.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a bit of a pause today, following yesterday's action. Second straight day of broader pullbacks. But like you said, that divergence with the NASDAQ, that's the really significant part.
Absolutely. So the S&P 500, the SPY, it dipped a little. It reacted right off that weekly resistance trend line we talked about yesterday, just like you predicted, actually.
Yeah, not coming.
But then the NASDAQ 100, the QQQ, tech-heavy, that actually climbed during the day, and those post-market futures, just wow. Signal some potentially serious bullish momentum brewing for tech, maybe?
Could be. Definitely something to watch.
Meanwhile, the Dow, the DIA, it also fell a bit, still kind of shy of those record highs we mentioned.
Yeah, struck right there.
And the Russell 2000 IWM small caps dropped, slipped below its 20-day moving average. That's, a common short-term momentum indicator.
Right. But connecting that to the bigger picture for the Russell, even with that slip, it's still like really tightly coiled in that bull flag pattern.
Yeah.
A bull flag, for anyone maybe newer, is basically a consolidation after a strong run-up. Often points to another potential leg higher. And this kind of setup, where something dips but the underlying pattern holds strong, that's exactly the kind of thing we look for. It's about identifying those potential opportunities within the noise.
Yeah. And speaking of coiled energy, Tesla.
Yeah.
TSLA.
Oh, yeah.
Still just oscillating so tightly in that symmetrical triangle pattern, bouncing between the 200, the 50, the 20-day moving averages. It's building up some serious energy, just like we've been saying for weeks now. Classic coiling before a potential big move.
And that coiling, it often comes right before more volatility. So for traders, it's less about guessing the direction, more about being ready for a breakout.
Yeah.
Identifying those key levels. Managing risk around that.
Exactly. Risk management is key there.
And Hasbro, HAS, that was a standout today too. Holding a pretty healthy bull flag consolidation. Could see some upside follow through maybe.
Interesting. Sector-wise.
Utilities, XLU, they led the pack with gains. Energy, XLE was the big laggard. Quite a spread.
Got it. Okay, shifting gears. Economic news. The Fed. Big decision today. What was the verdict?
Well, pretty much as expected. The Fed held rates steady, still in that 4.25% to 4.5% range. It really just reinforces that cautious stance we talked about earlier this week.
Any surprises from Powell's press conference?
Not really. No major bombshells. I think markets are now just really focused on the next round of jobs and inflation data. Plus, those tariff concerns are still kind of lingering in the background.
Right. Okay. Let's hop over to crypto and metals. Bitcoin, BTC.
Slipped a bit today, but it's still also tightly coiled. Same story, different asset. That bull flag pattern we've been watching since last week, still holding. Hovering between, $116,000 and $120,000. It's just textbook consolidation.
Yeah, another one building energy.
Exactly. And when you see a chart doing that, understanding like your entry points and how to manage your risk, that's just paramount. Gold, GLD, took a bigger hit today. Pretty heavy volume, too. Broke decisively below its 20 and 50-day moving averages.
Ooh, okay. That sounds bearish short term.
Yeah, definitely a signal we're watching for potential short-term weakness there. Silver, SLV, it fell even harder, but it's actually still holding above its 50-day moving average. So some support there at least.
Which brings up the dollar, right? How's that playing into things?
Good point. The U.S. dollar index, DXY, it is trending higher. You can see it setting a higher low and a higher high on the daily chart.
Okay.
And if that continues, yeah, it could definitely put some pressure on equities and metals. Stronger dollar often does that.
Makes sense. By the way, everyone listening, if you've got a stock you're watching or maybe a question about the markets, just drop it in the comments below. We might cover it in an upcoming episode.
Yeah, absolutely. And that interplay, between the dollar, metals, equities, it's such a crucial piece of the puzzle, something you really learn to track when you understand the bigger market dynamics. Mastering these setups, like Tesla's triangle or HS's bull flag or Bitcoin's coil, and really focusing on the risk management side of things. That's what empowers traders. Helps you handle volatile days like today with more confidence. And honestly, these are exactly the kinds of practical skills, the disciplined approaches we teach in the Grok Trade Mentorship program.
Well said. So, wrapping it up for today, kind of feels like a mixed market, maybe a pause for the broader indices,
Seemed like it.
but definitely some interesting technical setups like in Tesla and Bitcoin that look primed for some action.
Yeah, coiled springs.
And the Fed holding steady just keeps the focus firmly on that upcoming economic data. Jobs, inflation, that's what everyone's waiting for now. So what's your take on HS's bull flag or maybe the dollar's uptrend? All right, everyone, have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you in tomorrow's market summary.